Greetings everyone. You are watching channel LSD and today we are gonna have a look at the open beta version of New World. This game is free to play for the duration of a weekend and I did give it a try, not for too long. I'll go through the details. For the so for New World you have different servers. As you can see there are some servers in US, one in Asia Pacific I think. That is what it sounds like, and then one in Europe. It's the best for me right now, so I'm sticking around with this. And for each server there are different instances of the world. It's a server's partition, right? Like a partition on the server, and you will see that certain servers have a lot of players on them while other servers have very few players on them, and this is going to affect basically PvP. So what my guess is, like any server name which is very common, like Midgard for example, will have a relatively high number of players on them as compared to some random name which may not make any sense and which might not be that familiar. If you're looking for PvP content, make sure that you pick up a familiar or a common name where you will most likely find more people. And if you want to just go around for PvE content, then you go for a server with an unpopular name where you will find less number of people trying for uh, control over the regions. So I think we'll go for Helheim. Can I make a new character over there? Oh, right from here. Right, let's go for Helheim. And so your character is bound to a particular instance on the server. So on the same server, you can have multiple characters on multiple instances. I right now don't know. There is no information provided, or I didn't find any information which says how many characters can you make. Like there are probably 10, 15 servers over here, 20 servers, and I don't know if you can make 20 characters, one for each server. But your character will be bound to that. And it's important that if you want to play with your friends, then you'll be on the same server. Otherwise, you won't be able to group up, team up. The character creation is very, very simple. Nothing details and stuff like that. Skip that. Yes. Let it load a bit. This is basically low resolution textures, I guess. Not rendered yet. Yeah, there you go. So you can select between male and female characters. There are a very limited number of face presets that are present, and you only get to select from those. There is no customization about how much you want the cheeks to be broad or the jaw to be broad or sterner or lip size. And female characters don't have lipsticks. Again, like what the hell are you guys thinking when you don't put up a lipstick color as an option for your female characters? But that's it. Like you can make some very ugly characters. I did stumble upon those, but it's very limited. Skin colors are also very limited. And so is like hairstyles. Females can also have facial hairs, like nunchucks or beds, like which I don't know why they do this. But yeah, you can do this. Your female characters. So there aren't too many aren't too many options for hairstyles either. Character textures are just about, how do you say it? Yeah, like look at that. Very, very okay-ish. They're not like too good, not too bad. I mean, it's an MMO, so you can't really expect them to be really, really high resolution and stuff like that. You will be roasting your graphics card if there are like 50 characters around in the town with similar textures. Not too many of those, but yeah, that's all you get, like in terms of character creation. And then it's just name, and then you can go in. So we'll just go back to my created character and for further details about what the game looks like. I think I see over here it says characters 1 out of 2. So yeah, the maximum number of characters I can have is 2 on this particular server. So there's that correction. All right. So here is my character that I played with for a few hours, not more than 7 or 8 hours, I suppose, in this game. It's somewhere around level 13, almost level 14 now. And this is what the inventory screen looks like. They give you a plenty of space to carry around a lot of things. First thing that came to my mind during the tutorial was like running animation. As you can see, when the character runs, the animation is a slightly faster than the speed of the actual character. If you pay very close attention to it, you will realize that the running animation is a lot faster than, or a bit faster than what the actual speed of the character is, and that wouldn't be noticeable until and unless you're paying attention. But what that brought to my attention was that overall the animation department is for this game is a bit lacking, which is okay in terms of like running around and doing things, but it kind of like starts kicking in when you go to combat, because in combat the animations of NPCs, animals, and whatnot, your enemies, and then your own animations kind of screw it up. It could also be because of the lag that I have because of joining to EU servers. I almost have a 300 millisecond ping, so being able to block is not quite on time for me, and I always have to just dodge, which I can't do for too many times during an attack. Another thing that I notice is some animals, or sometimes even enemies, they don't have different animations that would clearly convey the player that whether they're going to do a single attack or they're going to do a series of attacks, and then it becomes difficult to determine what exactly are you supposed to be blocking or dodging. Are you just blocking one attack, or are you dodging an entire combo of attacks? It also becomes really difficult when the enemies just pile up on you. If there are like 2 or 3 enemies, they can quickly drain your stamina, because it's very limited. They can quickly drain your stamina, and you will be finding yourself out of stamina and getting attacked and whatnot. They also have their charge attacks, which are clearly telegraphed, so that's not a problem. You can always dodge roll those ones. But just running out of stamina and getting staggered is, like it's a very dangerous situation in this game, and it's not really helpful when the enemies are not conveying you what they're going to do, basically. To start with, there's a very sweet and short tutorial which just tells you about the basics of doing blocking, dodging, light attack, and heavy attack to break guard and whatnot. The complaint that I had was after character creation, they did not really give me an option to select my weapon. So as you can see, for the time being in this game, there are a total of 11 weapons. I think, yeah, 9 plus 2, 11. And what we start with is sword and shield. We start with sword and shield. And I didn't stumble upon a fire staff at all until one of my friends got it from a loot, and then he decided to give it to me. I couldn't try it. Musket, you do start with musket alongside sword and shield, or I think I stumbled upon one, but it uses bullets, and when it comes to crafting, the bullets are sort of limited at the start of the game, and I wasn't really able to use it, so I couldn't utilize, or I couldn't try it much as such. I did try bow for a while. I did get a spear. I didn't try for the melee heavy weapons. I'm a kind of guy who usually goes for the magical stuff more than going for the pure strength based brute force solutions. So I tried these live stuff. It does decent amount of damage. Again, it depends on what you get. So that was a kind of a complaint from my side that I wanted to play a fire staff character, which I didn't get at all, and I was forced to like level up sword and shield for some time, and then I switched to rapier because sword and shield was getting me heavier to be above this mark, which made me do a mid roll rather than a fast roll, and I don't really like that. Plus the iron staff, it's an iron staff, and it's sort of slightly quite heavy in terms of a weapon. As you can see, like a sword only weighs around 3.5 kg, whereas a staff weighs 8 kgs. So it puts you into that mid-tier role, and that makes it slightly more difficult in along with the lag to dodge in time. And most of the times, I would just end up taking damage for no reason. Certain things are, obviously capped, locked behind levels, but you can start with these crafting tools right at the start, except for the Azot stuff that I haven't unlocked yet. I haven't encountered one yet. You do have your food to regen out of combat. You can also craft some potions to immediately instantly heal yourself up. You can craft your entire gear, which is what the next thing is. Like crafting is really good in this game. Everything that you see that my character has equipped is crafted by my very own hands. I have quite a lot of levels, even though my character level is not even 14, but as you can see, like stone cutting and woodworking, and mining, I'm very, very ahead in these things, and I can pretty much like do quite a lot of good things for myself. And good part about that was that whatever gear I created, as you can see, this is all me created. It is a lot better than whatever I got from quest rewards or from encountering loot by killing random monsters and stuff like that. These things also become these things also get their own rarities and stuff like that, so their durability also increases. Weapon does have durability, so you have to like repair it every now and then. The other thing that is kind of staggering is that you can't really sell everything that you find. There is no NPC vendor, in-game NPC vendor whom you can just sell whatever loot that you don't want to in exchange for gold. That doesn't happen. You can craft certain weapons and put it up for selling on the trading post, where other players might have a look at it and they will buy it depending on whether they like your craft or not, or if they find it necessary. And so you can do the same, like when you can buy it from other players. There's like an auction house kind of thing, but you cannot like vendor these things that you don't need. The only thing that you can do is salvage them to just get some repair materials and certain crafting materials back from those things. That's all that can be done. So that being said, I was really, I really think they should probably provide us with an option to select our first, weapon rather than giving us a sword and shield and then to just, throw it on our luck to either stumble upon one or be able to craft one. Now there's also a catch that these things I haven't been able to craft them at all. I was able to craft sword, shield, and other stuff, and my gear. So as you can see, there are different schools of crafting as well. There is weaponsmithing, there is armoring. Engineering is about how do I put it? There is arcana, cooking, furnishing. You can create furniture for people's houses and stuff like that. Logging is cutting wood, mining is mining ore, fishing is catching fish, which is also important at times. You will get quests from your settlements to grab certain amount of fish from certain place. This is all about hunting. This is harvesting resources, cutting stone. This is all about cloth, smelting ore. So mining and smelting can go hand in hand. Leatherworking and tracking and skinning goes hand in hand, because you will just make leather from all the skinning that you do from animals, skins that you get from the animals, and so forth and so on and so forth. So each of these have different stations over here. So this is, say, a food crafting station where you can create rations. The good thing about this is that it also shows you all these things that you haven't unlocked or you cannot prepare right now, haven't learned yet, and the things that you can actually prepare depending on whether you have the ingredients or not. That one is weaving station. Over here, I just am still like low level enough to just do linen. I can grab, I can harvest hemp to make fibers, and from fibers linen, and from linen I can make cloth, which is your clothing station, outfitting station. So yeah, as you can see, and the good part about this is that you can also add certain amount of special material which will provide you with additional stats on your gear depending on these materials. I think I just stumbled upon these while I was like collecting other materials and stuff like that. So the whole crafting thing sort of very reliable, and it's nice because you don't really have to depend on RNG to get good loot from hunting monsters and stuff like that. If you think your gear is not up to the mark, you can just go do a little bit of gathering around the world and craft yourself a new set of things that you want. So as you can see, I still have no levels in Arcana. That is because I don't have Life Arcana. I don't know. I haven't found them yet. So I wasn't able to do anything about these. But there's that. There is leatherworking station, tannery basically. And can like craft hides and stuff like that, and you can do multiples of those at the same time, and you can get multiple levels from these. Apart from that, you got weaponsmithing, so you can craft different weapons from iron. Right now I'm only able to work from iron, and of course armors. And again, like, you can add those materials over here to get those stats from those materials, and it's not bad at all. These are pretty much in line with what you could use and not just create trash. You could also put these things up on trading post, which is where, man, it's difficult in this. Well, I've been in the city for a couple of hours now, but I still find it difficult to know where what is. You can definitely just look at the map and figure out where to go, but yeah, that's the trading post over there. So you can, for example, buy things. People have put out these things for sale, water and raw hide and greenwood, really. And I could also sell things, like I have put this livestock that I created for sale. No, I already have. Right. Oh, I probably just managed to sell that, the one that I have put in for selling. But you can put things for sale over here, and it's good that you don't really have to go and collect the money back from those things. But let's get to the other part now. Crafting was good part. There are other things. So what happened with me and why I only played for a few hours is because I started first as compared to the rest of my friends. And I spawned in this area, New Light Settlement, and I thought like everyone starts at the same location, but I was wrong. For some reason, different people have different starts. So some of my friends started in Monarch's Bluff, and some in, I think, around here, or even like somewhere around here. I'm not really sure about that. But problem with that is that they have to come all the way to me to be able to share the quest with me, right? Like, they can't, unless and until they hit level 10, and then we can like teleport, which we weren't aware of at the start of the game. it was nowhere mentioned. So we tried running across the regions, and as you can see, there are a lot of dangerous areas over here, which ended us getting killed on the way. And for multiple hours, we were trying to just catch up with each other. And one of my friends just gave up after failing for a certain number of times. His game just crashed a couple of times, so I think it's just because of that he decided not to continue with this thing. But that was a big barrier for us, that we couldn't just, you know, you cannot teleport to your friend's location. You cannot teleport to your friend's location and just, pick up the quest with him or her and continue from there. You have to walk all the way around. There are no mounts, which I am okay with. A lot of people will find that really annoying because the walking speed is limited. This is it. Like, it doesn't get any faster than this. There is no hold my stamina, use my stamina to sprint or something like that. It's just this. So it takes a lot of time to just move around in the world. And well, because of these high level encounters that were there in the way, we were not able to catch up with each other, or it was quite difficult. We had to circumvent and whatnot, and still we stumbled upon some high level monsters here and there who could probably one shot us. That was not a pleasant experience, and every one of them just quit because of not being able to join. We did realize that we could, just level up on our own till level 10 and then catch up on a particular settlement. But that is not what we were looking for. If you're trying to play a multiplayer game, we want to start at the same place with the get go, right? Like, who's gonna level up to your end game, grinding thing, and then start grinding together. That's not really how it should be working. Should be able to catch up in your first settlement, first town, the moment you set foot in it, or at least that's what I would expect. So that was something that got us off, and then we decided not to continue. I did play for a while to see how the higher level content looks like, but despite of all that stuff, I still wasn't able to level up much. I'm still at level 13 or 14. I completed a few quests. Most of the quests are the usual ones: gather this, gather that, kill this, kill that, go around here, go around there, and stuff like that. What I do like is that certain high level content, like high level ingredients in terms of crafting, again, is locked behind levels. Unless and until you're doing a lot of that thing, you won't be able to spot those things or stuff like that. So what you can see on the UI is a compass on the top in the center, and that compass can often tell you if there are certain things that you're looking for around you. So that's something which will only happen if you have a certain level of skill, certain levels in that area. So for example, I have tracking and skinning at level 28, so I can track small prey on my compass over here. And same goes for, let's say, stone cutting. No, not stone cutting. Mining. Where is mining? Yeah. So I can track silver, iron, and oil on my compass over here on the top. If it's nearby me, I'll get a notification that it's there. But just the friction, just the resistance of not being able to start our quests together, running all the way around, no teleportations. There is a form of teleportation which requires Azoth, and I don't know how common Azoth is. I definitely don't have enough to feel comfortable about splurging it around. Although, come to think of it, I can't even see it where I have it. But I like how the inventory is organized, how the crafting is very relevant throughout the game. Combat is a bit lackluster, mostly because of the animations. This is just funny. It just gets me all the time. Character creation is very limited. Character models are okay. Then there is PvP and all that stuff that comes into picture. There are covenants, and as you can see, like this. So this settlement, this particular area or region has been been controlled by these guys, whereas these two areas are controlled by the covenant that I'm part of. There are 3 covenants in there, always to upset the balance as usual. And you get certain amount of benefits for like selling some things if you're part of this particular covenant from this, which is sorry, I just get lost. So you get certain benefits, like you get less taxes on your sales if you belong to a certain covenant and that covenant controls the particular region or the settlement over there. There are PvP battles and stuff like that. I haven't tried them yet. Server is sort of like lost right now. Like there doesn't seem to be much activity. This was the first one to be taken care of, and I see like since yesterday, these guys have decided to take control of these two. There will be wars and stuff like that, I guess. But PvP over here, there is a flag that you can there's a flag that you can activate for PvP. Unless and until you activate the flag, you won't be attacked by random players. And there are certain covenant missions which will kind of like flag you for PvP. It's a PvP mission, so basically, as you can see over here, that U on the bottom right next to my tab will allow me to flag myself for a PvP, and the players from other covenant, for example, the other 2 covenants that I don't belong to, can attack me on my way here and there in that case. Scaling, from what I've heard, is right now not good right now, and higher level players can easily overwhelm you. There's also camping and whatnot stuff. Stream sniping, covenant guilds are also a thing, I suppose, right already in this game. Thing is, I think if you're looking for PvP, then having a group that can rush to higher levels very quickly and then taking control, because you will just overpower the other players. Even if you are like, let's say, level 25 people, but you are level 10 levels higher than the group of 50 people who is trying to defend, you will just be a lot more stronger than them, and you can easily overthrow them. That would be a thing. So speed leveling, rushing for levelings is gonna be a thing, important thing if you're looking for PvP. But you could just completely not bother with that button and do your own stuff, PvE stuff, group up with other friends and whatnot. Overall, I feel that the game is kinda not in a very good position. They still have a couple of weeks with them. Certain things that are just not gonna be improved. It's just design philosophy, so we'll have to like deal with what it is. But it's not literally totally unplayable. It's a very good game in terms of what they are offering right now, and with a couple of friends with the same mindset who are here to enjoy, who don't mind breaking rocks and who don't think breaking rocks is boring. Or it doesn't really matter, like they can go and fight animals for you, and you can just go and skin those animals and then create some good gears for everyone in your team, or even sell it on the trading post in the market for other players to buy and get you some gold. All those things can be done. Certain things, graphics wise, the game is really graphics intensive. I am right now on I think medium settings, and I still struggle with FPS, especially in towns. With high settings in towns, my FPS drops down to 20. Do mind you that I am on a GTX 1060, which is a very entry level graphics card, but other people from higher end cards have also often mentioned FPS drops, especially in settlements, in towns, is what I mean to say. But overall, if you have a group of friends, as usual is the case with MMO, or if you do find a good guild, a company which could let you play well, right? Have fun, then this isn't a bad game to go for. Although I feel like at its current state, from what it is in new beta, right, there must be a better version in development right now. This is what we got, and I'm pretty sure this build must be already 2 weeks old. The good thing is that the servers, there was only a queue for like 30 minutes during during the launch once the open beta opened up. After that, there hasn't been any queues and the servers have been just like doing pretty well, which is something I definitely expect from Amazon. So servers are up and running well. Ping is pretty decent. Population is okay on all the servers. It depends. Like, it's good if certain servers are highly populated and certain are not, because then you can decide if you want to go for PvP or PvE. If you want to go for both, just look for something which is medium and turn that flag on or off at your convenience. But right now, I don't feel personally that it's worth 1,500 rupees as it is on Steam for Indian stores. Maybe give it another 6 months or so. Maybe in 6 months this game will already be dead, possibly because of the games are coming in as well. So I'm not really sure. But if you have a group of friends who are willing to, have some fun for 1,500 bucks for another 3 months, this isn't a bad game to, give a try. It's definitely good, and I'm pretty sure there will be a lot of activities to do. It's a decently big world even right now, and there are plenty of things to do around. There's a lot of to and fro as well, but for next 3 months or so, until a couple of few more good game release, if you're looking for something to just have fun, spend your time, do something, chill out, or whatever you want to usually do, this will be pretty much okay for you. So yeah, that is what I feel about this game right now. If you think you have other points to mention or something that I missed, you can definitely mention that in the comments below, and let me know if you like this video and would like to see more of this stuff in the future. Thank you for hanging around, and I'll see you next time. I guess one thing that I did forget to mention was that the audio for this game is pretty good in terms of, let's say, wood cutting. Or let's say stone cutting. Yeah, they did nail the audio. By the way, I'm doing this in one go. I don't really take retakes and all that stuff because I'm lazy, right? I hope you don't mind that. Thank you once again and see you next time.